Yo, what's up, Lido?
What up, man?
So what you been up to, man? I know, first and foremost, Happy New Year.
Yep, Happy New Year.
Yeah, man. I hope it went good for you.
Yeah, bringing in this new 23 funk, you know.
Appreciate you taking the time and shit, man. For the people that don't know, man, give them a little background of yourself.
Shit, man. Go by the name of Lido P, L-I-D-O-P. Shit, man. I grew up in Compton, on the border of Compton and Linwood. I moved to Anaheim when I was real young, like 13, 14. Moved back to I was in Watts, Paramount, Watts, like at 17. Been back and forth ever since then and shit. Just doing my thing, you know?
Yeah, man. And growing up, man, what was your influences around you? Did you have any like positive role models, or did you gravitate towards something in particular?
Yeah, I mean, I think there was the mix of both, you know, positive and good. I mean, positive and fucking negative role models, but I took what I needed, I guess, what I felt was necessary for both, you know. But.
And do you have any like crazy stories while you were growing up that you might have seen like that impacted you, especially coming from, you know, that side of town where it's really active, you know, especially 20 years ago?
Yeah, I would say, I mean, when I first started seeing crazy shit, I was young, like 6, 7, like, you know, you see motherfuckers having, what do you call it, fucking, not police chases and shit, but fucking, like these niggas was chasing each other type shit. Like,
yeah.
I remember these people, we were right there on, like, Acacia, by, Lucine, off of Willowbrook. And I was little, these fools were fucking chasing each other. This fool crashed into the pole. I mean, boom, the other fool behind him got out, started busting. Boom, boom, boom. But fucking, homeboy didn't get hit. They almost got this fool. Like, shit like that I've been seeing.
Yeah.
Since I was little. But I guess it hits more when it happens to somebody that you know, type shit. You know?
Yeah, no, most definitely. So, what inspired you to do music, man? Was it at that early age, or was it?
My pops, really. My pops was always doing music. Seeing him go to the studio, he would take me sometimes. So I would see all that shit since I was little. So as I got older, I didn't really want to do music until like I got in my teens and shit. That's when I really wanted to start doing it. But it was kind of always there. I used to play the guitar when I was young. I'd fuck around on the piano. I never took lessons and shit, but just self-taught stupid shit.
Dope,
so
man.
Kind of always fucked with music.
So when was it? Do you remember the first time or your first rap that you did, or when you were in the studio and you were like, "Damn, I'm gonna do this shit right now"?
Well, man, I first started off doing. We would rap on an MP3 player.
Oh, okay, nice.
So me and the homies, shout out to the homie Scandalous, man. we would record on there. No, actually, you know what? I'm fucking lying. It was a karaoke machine. I remember MTV came out with this like karaoke machine thing, and my god sister had one. She let me use it, and we were recording that shit like on tape. And that's how we first started out. And then the same homie Scandalous, he took me to the studio and we recorded this track. I think I was like 12, maybe 13, and fucking. Yeah, that was the first fucking track, and I was like, damn, like hearing myself, like in the headphones on the mic, and then playing it back, I was like, what the fuck? Like, I got addicted, like, it was crazy.
Do you remember your first rap?
Hell yeah.
Off the top?
Yeah, I do, that shit was whack as fuck. Dog, I don't even want to say that shit, that's so wacky. I got that shit still, though. I got it on an MP3 player.
Oh, nice. Put that shit out for the fans and shit. Yeah, so what inspired you to go as Lido? Like, was that your alias? Was it given, or?
Yeah, it actually came from my pops. Like in the neighborhood, my pops, they call him Pirate.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just Lido P and shit, and I kind of ran with that. I didn't want to be Lil Pirate and shit, so Lil P was cool. And this was back when, you know, it was Lil Bow Wow, Lil Kid, you know, everything.
Back in the day, everybody was little and shit.
Yeah, so I was alright. And then, there's a street right here in Anaheim that's called Lido. And we were having a baby shower one day, and then the homie came and he was like, you should change your name to that instead of the Lil and shit. And I kind of sat on it, and I thought about it, and I was like, man, you know what? That shit would be dope. Like, fuck it, you know, something different. It means the same, even though nobody really understands it. To me, it still means the same thing, and it's still a representation of what I come from and shit, in my eyes at least, you know.
Dope. So you being a rapper, how do you keep the wordplay inspirational at its maximum peak?
Man, honestly, like I think like reminding myself of other dope ass artists that I put at the fucking top, or that I feel are the epitome of an MC. Like me knowing that damn I'm not there yet, that inspires me to like, oh, I gotta do some shit that the way that shit hit me, I want to write shit that hits somebody that way when I fucking, you know what I mean? Like, you know how you hear some shit and you're like, damn, that fool was fucking hard. That's what gets me. You're like, nah, I gotta keep doing better, because I feel like I'm not good enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Off the bat, like with that, just to add on to that, have you ever been in a situation where you're spitting bars and you can see somebody legitimately hate you for that at that moment? Like, damn, that motherfucker wrote that shit. What the fuck?
I mean, I have like, I haven't seen it. Like, I know, I'm not gonna lie, I know there's motherfuckers out there that probably feel that shit, but I can't.
So you like, I'm not gonna air these motherfuckers out.
Yeah.
Well, let's continue on that. Is there any specific collaboration that you did, music wise, that you were like, fuck, I can't believe I did that, or that really inspired you, or that you have a fond memory of?
Yeah, I got a few, like, not really that I was like, damn, like, because of the artist or who did it, but like the first time I went to Alex Ubar, the first time I went to his studio, I hopped on this fucking track, and even to this day, if I can hear that verse, and I'm like, the fact that I was around all those people at that time is what inspired that verse, and it's like, that's one of those verses I hear, I'm like, damn, I really fucking, I like that verse. I know it. I know that verse came out that dope because of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, big shout out to AI, man.
Yeah,
That's a producer that's actually in the trenches doing it by himself. And I respect his hustle 100%. So every time I have a question or he taps in, it's like, hey, yo, mad salute. Definitely shout out to AI.
Lido P, Illegal Productions, or just Ill Productions, like they're both fucking dope.
Yeah,
like,
most definitely. Now, how many projects would you say you have with AI?
Well, I have one album for sure, but I'm on 2 of his albums that he put out. I'm on like everybody from the camp. I'm on at least 1 or 2 fucking songs like on their albums, and then aside from just other shit that we have out and features that he's gotten me, that are his beats and shit.
Yeah, the man's a fucking beast, man.
Yeah.
So did you have a memory where you're in the studio with him and you guys are creating and you're like, fuck, man, I can't believe this was creating something this dope?
Yeah, shit feels fucking almost every time we finish recording some shit, I'm like, damn. I'm like, fuck.
This is a top-notch shit, man.
Yeah, nah, for real. Like, even when me and him record those, the live session raps and shit, like, in my head, I'm thinking it's gonna be one way, and then when he shows it to me, I'm like, damn, this like definitely exceeded expectations. Like, it's dope.
Do you ever find yourself in a place where you're like recycling bars or like adding different synonyms to those bars, or like, do you ever, like, when you come across, let's say, writer's block?
Yeah, like, I'm gonna say like they're like go-to shit, but like, like sometimes I'll have some shit that I know didn't hit right in another track, but that I never put out, and I'm like, fuck, I can use it right here. And sometimes I use that same one for like 2-3 different verses that never got put out, and then I'll end up using it for one song. Like, finally, I got to use this.
Finally.
You know what I mean? Like, it depends. Or like, sometimes I have just one-liners I write down. Like, quick little 2 bars that are like just dope as fuck, and then I'll like kind of like, all right, I'm gonna use that here. And sometimes I'll fucking hear it in another track and be like, damn, I used that shit twice, but I reworded it. You know?
Yeah. And what is your writing process like? Like, I mean, I don't want to, you don't have to go too in depth with it, but like, what's inspiring you? Like, do you see something and you're like, oh shit, or do you hear something and you're like, that was dope?
It has to be like right away, like as soon as I hear the beat. Like, I can still write to something I've heard over and over, like that's not a problem. But like to get the best, it has to be like, damn, once I hear it, okay, boom, like don't fucking change it, leave me alone, don't talk to me, And then just see if I'm writing on my phone. that's it. Just leave that shit.
Just leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah, it's really the sound. Once I hear the sound, it's like, okay, boom.
Yeah. You know, I'm talking about the track that we did together with Drew.
You know how I go down on my block, my block, my block, my block. Ain't no love going round on my block, my block, my block, my block.
On my block, we got two kinds of ops. The enemies round the corner, the others is the cops. Smoke shops at every stop. They kill us with the cigarettes, killing us with the chemtrails, killing us while they filling up blunts and picking herb. Death at every curve, bad bitches with breasts out. Niggas be getting curved. Shit on my block, no pocket, no scar faces. Raw cases of hard white and homies that's having car chases. Law places us below the regime, so we unload everything and cut the tension like a guillotine. Meaning we come together better than the rest. Black and brown together on my block, get a vest. We blessed with marijuana, your honor. I'm just a victim and product of my environment. Ghetto never expires, we just keep it moving on my concrete slab. We get the bag, hit a dab, you could color me bad, Pete.
You know how I go down on my block, my block, my block. Talk to cops and get shot on my block, my block, my block, my block. You know how I go down on my block, my block, my block, my block. Ain't no love going round on my block, my block, my block, my block.
From the HA to 3s, let me walk you down my street where it's all but sweet. In the belly of the beast, can't rub to minds all the way to 18. In the land full of veils, 213s, LOTTs. Catch me solo wall, D-double-EP. Talking tough and get your ass DP. Get caught slipping and they'll put you in a deep sleep. 24/7, this happens every week. 365 every day, all year. Probably posted in the alley with some wine or drinking beer. Read my chest, my heart holds no fear. Caught a couple bullets and I'm still fucking out here. King Drew, let's make it very clear. All the attempts on my life, I ain't going nowhere. This is LA, out of towners beware. No point of saying no more, you probably can't come here.
My block. You know, that song has such a history because originally that song was me, Misfit, and Cujo.
Oh shit.
And we were working on that, but Cujo ended up getting in something and we didn't release it. So then Drew came out of doing a little time, and as soon as he came out, he was like, "Yo, what the fuck is that?" And that's why I had my verse on it, and then I had Misfit on the hook, and he was like, "I need to get on that. I need to get on that ASAP." And around that time, it was a lot of that racial beef going on, man, with the Corn Man and all these things going on. And Drew's vision was really like, "Yo, this is bigger than what we think. Like everybody's block is different, but yet we're all the same." And when we created that track, Drew really was like, "Hey, we need to get Lido on it. Hey, we need to get Vinny on it." Yeah. And he was the one that really, gets production credit on that, because it was like, fuck, okay, he saw the bigger picture. And then we set out to create that. Shout out to Misfit coming down and filming it and us going on with it. And do you have anything to say about that track, like when you wrote it, or what was the process?
I would say that to this day, that's one of my favorite features that I've done. Like I even use that verse like when I'm performing, and I fucking do acapellas.
Yeah,
I'll acapella that fucking verse because and the shit that's crazy though. Like I know I just said that if I fucking write to a beat right away, fucking that's where you get the best. But that fucking verse, man, I don't even want to say this shit. Fuck it. My bad, Drew. Don't fucking be mad at me and shit, but that verse I wrote on the way to the studio. Like literally, my girl's driving me. I had to get dropped off, and I was like, "Fuck, man!" I think I had like fucking 4 or 5 fucking features I had to do that fucking week. Like that was one I just still haven't got, that I didn't get to fucking finish. So I wrote that shit on the way to the studio, dog, and that shit ended up being one of my fucking favorite fucking verses. Like,
yeah, that was definitely a dope track, man.
Like even recording that shit there, I was like, fuck, man, like this track is fucking hard. I mean, because we all redid everything. Fucking Misfit redid his vocals that day, Drew did his vocals that day, and then fucking I laid mine and shit. That shit was fucking hard.
Yeah, no, man, that track was definitely something dope, man. So do you have any projects that you're working on, or that
Oh my bad. What?
that you're that you got coming this year, or anything in particular?
Yeah, I plan on dropping a bunch of content this year, man. Especially like the next couple of fucking months of shit. I want to do more like live rap sessions and shit, and still drop those as singles and everything, and I'll redo the tracks and everything, but just trying to market better, man. Trying to find better promotion fucking strategies. And
Yeah, man. Tapping in with viewers and making it frequent. That is definitely something that we all must do, right? Be consistent with it. Do you have maybe any idea of what it is you're looking for? Like, I want to drop every week. I want to drop monthly.
Yeah, I mean, I have what I want to do, but what's realistic is shit is a whole different thing. What I would like to do is drop weekly, man. Just drop something weekly and have content coming out. Shit, I would love to drop every fucking day if I had the content, but getting content right now is a little harder for me at this point, which I hope will change, but shit, like, me and you working on shit, we're gonna drop that. You're gonna help change that. We're gonna drop some shit, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Just plan on dropping
To quit, I'm hammer time. Bullets fly, bet they'll turn into some pantomimes. Handle mine like I'm supposed to get my weight up. I'm moving past niggas, I can hear them tell me wait up. Shit, been on my way up like a layup with an and one. I rap good, and these ladies say I'm handsome. I'm Charles Manson, y'all softer than the Hanson brothers. I'll take your lover, she'll get smashed under covers. Overweight lovers, how I give her heavy D. The pussy beatbox, and I'ma start singing out some melodies. You telling me that you're ready for all the homies, with nothing on them smaller than a 40. You think you know me? Ain't no parolee, so no checking in. Ask the homie Compton Chris how I'm plugged in with Mexicans. You mess with them and they'll be over before you know it. You'll fuck around and die trying to be heroic.
I ain't new to this, I'm true to this. Pay attention, I can show you how to do this shit. Always blowing loud, I ain't giving you a hit. I never quit, can't you see, bitch, I'm too legit. Yeah. I ain't new to this, I'm true to this. Pay attention, I can show you how to do this shit. Always blowing loud, I ain't giving you a hit. I'll never quit, can't you see, bitch, I'm too legit.
Squabble anybody like I'm John Jones. Gassed up like I'm in it for the long road. And long pole like we tetherball playing shit. Rondo far away when I'm spraying. They be saying that they next up, but I don't see it. Talking like you better than me, you don't believe it. Anybody hearing these raps is in agreement. My flow's like a Super Bowl, these niggas preseason. P should be the reason that you rap better. Ask your bitch, yeah, I get the kitty cat wetter. But don't sweat her, she a freak, not a hoe. Roll a joint before we fucking, she'll be sleep for sure. Shit, I need a bitch with a business. Sliding on the ops and she won't leave a witness. I'm in this with the homies from the south. Brown pride, black love, you know what it's about. Shit,
I ain't new to this, I'm true to this. Pay attention, I can show you how to do this shit. Always blowing loud, I ain't.
Do you feel like, the fans or the people listening often might, and I'm not going to say you, I'll say all of us, might put us in a subgenre? Like, do you feel like there's a crab mentality of people that they want to be the main light, so they try to dim other people's light, or
yeah,
you have anything to say about that?
Yeah, I mean, I got a few things. Like, I think that shit, I'll say this off top, like, I think that shit's in every genre. I've seen people post that one post where it's a picture of people helping each other up the stairs. Mm-hmm. They show it's like niggas is helping each other up, but then at the bottom, Chicanos and the Rasta aren't helping each other. Mm-hmm. But I don't think that's fucking true. I think it might look like that because on a bigger scale, there's more niggas out there actually rapping and doing shit. So you'll see more people helping each other.
Yeah, the ratio numbers are higher.
Yeah, the percentage is gonna look way fucking.
It's like having a white rapper, you know. I seen Boosty talking about. I think they asked him, you don't see white rappers dying, right? And then they said, is it a black thing? Is it a Mexican thing? And Boosie replied, just, well, you know, there's probably like 3% white rappers.
Yeah.
So the chances of us seeing the rappers die are very slim.
Yeah, we've seen one, Mac Miller, within what, out of however many that were there.
Yeah, but I think the question was more like getting shot up and actually being murdered, you know, like, which is crazy. You know, we've all, you know, had a scene, you know, we've seen people die, people close to us, and, you know, that's part of life. But, you know, people often think there's a, oh, well, you're subgenre because you're this, or they put you in a box here. What it's like, that's, if you really look at the bigger picture, as long as you're doing it, you're doing it. You're out there being active and creating new shit, you know, and you're breaking those walls. But if you allow them to put you in that category, then that's really shows your strength and your mental power, you know.
Yeah, like if you feel that you're in that category already off top, then you're already boxed in. You know what I mean? You should just, like, I like when people say that shit, like, oh, I'm an artist, I just do music. Like, you know, that's what people should, maybe not just try to be artists, but you should just try to just do music. And then there won't be no box to be in. You're just, like how you said, you're just doing it. Whatever it is, that's what you're doing. Like,
now, I know you're working on a podcast with Icon and Smoke Major. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, man, it's called The Sauce. We're trying to drop more content and shit too with that. You know, it's a little hard getting together. And shout out to Icon, man. He got a lot going on with the Indicted TV and, you know, his own interviews and shit going on. So, but we got a few things coming. We got one with Duno. Shout out to Duno. Fucking, that one should be dropping soon. They dropped the recap, part 1 yesterday, so check that out. Yeah.
And you actually have your own product that you push.
Yeah.
You want to talk about it a little bit?
Yeah, man. It's a THC CBD cream for the body, you know, for pain and other ailments of the body. Yeah, man. Check me out. Shit. Follow me at Liniments by Lido. Liniments_by_Lido on Instagram. Get you a sample.
Yeah, and what motivated you to do that, man? Like, was it something you were like, fuck, you needed it, or you were like...
Actually, it was my wife, because she has, like, back problems and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I was fucking getting tired of fucking massaging every day, and, like, you know, fucking tired. I didn't like, you know, her taking pills or, you know, fucking, what do you call it, like Tylenol and all that shit all the time.
Yeah.
So fucking, I started researching some shit, because she don't like to smoke too. So I knew that the weed would help. I knew that it would just, you know, at least calm her nerves down in her back and things like that.
Yeah.
So I just started looking shit up, and then one thing led to another. I found a recipe to make some oil, coconut oil, and then from there it just went on to other shit. Started, you know.
BTA Clothing. You want to talk about that a bit?
Yeah, man. Shout out to BTA Clothing, man, about that action. Shit's actually my little brother's clothing, man, but he's focusing more not so much on music and rappers and things like that, but he's more into sports. He goes to college right now, plays football for Iowa. But a lot of his people, you know, he went to Bosco, so he got a lot of homies that are, you know, pushing the shit. It's more, I wouldn't say it's more focused on sports and things like that. He's open to everything, but right now, you know, the franchise is basically putting on a lot of football players, hockey players. He got fucking wrestlers under the shit. You know, he's sponsoring a lot of good cats. So.
Nice.
Looking forward to seeing that grow, man. About that action.
That's dope, man. And you want to talk about your own YouTube?
Oh yeah,
you know?
Man. Yeah, man.
So you're doing your thing.
Since I do love to smoke, you know. Shout out to the Smoke Screen Television. That's on YouTube. You can check me out where I do reviews on all kinds of marijuana products, from CBD creams, THC creams, weed, concentrates, edibles, all that, man. You know, you get your review on some products that you've been thinking about trying, you know.
No, hell yeah, it was dope. Made me want to smoke. That's for sure.
That's right. That's right.
I was like, damn, I never tried that, but that looks delicious.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we got tutorials on how to dab, you know.
Yeah, for the ones for hopefully this should be relatively for adults, but if kids are listening,
Yeah.
you know, come
Not
on,
for children. None of this
get the
shit.
fuck out, go to sleep. You know, what are you doing watching this shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. No, thank you for your time, man. I appreciate the interview.
Thank
You want
man.
to plug yourself in and anything you might or you're doing?
Yeah, man. Just follow me at Lido P 310. No underscore, no nothing. I think it's just LIDOP 310. Just be on the lookout for more videos, more singles that I'm dropping. These videos I will be dropping. They will be dropping as singles too on Spotify and other digital platforms. Shout out to producer AI. Shout out to LP, the team. Shit, shout out to the Sauce team. Homie Smoke Major and Icon. Shit. Shout out to you, man. Appreciate you, for real.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate that.
Hey, man, and rest in peace to homie King Drew. Straight up, man.
Yeah, before we leave, you have any memory on him or like something that you're just like fuck? Like for example, the other interview we had with you when we got fucking
man.
stupid blown and shit, had that long ass joint.
Hell yeah, man. I remember that. That was dope. I just always knew that homie was solid, man. He was real cool. Every time we met up, man, he was never on no fucking bullshit. Even when we would chop it up, on fucking Instagram and shit, me and him rarely text. Like, it was always through the fucking voice shit. So it was like we were chopping it up and shit. And he was just real funny, real cool, always, happy about shit. And just
that was his aura. That was his energy. Ready to work.
Yeah. Like how you said, man, I noticed too that he did put a lot of shit together. I like how he was getting the ciphers together and bringing artists together, just doing the damn thing, man. It's just fucked up that it was cut short, but
Yeah,
still
man.
live on, man. I know through you're gonna help push that legacy. All the homies that are helping push his legacy too, man. That shit's dope.
Yeah, man. I think that's one thing that I've want to do now that I've learned, where it was like, because honestly, Drew was always the one that's telling me, "Now let's go here, let's do this or that." Because me, I would be like, "Oh fuck that, I'm just gonna be home in the stew and do my own thing," And he was just more like, stop being that way, dog. We gotta go." So he's actually the one that would bring me around, and I'd just be like, "All right, let's get it, let's run it." So that energy is definitely something I want to emulate, in regards to his respect.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I appreciate your time. For everybody, make sure you plug in with Lido. He got a lot of shit coming.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.